James Cleveland Owens, born a sharecropper in rural Oakville, Alabama, on September 12, 1912, along with 6 brothers and 3 sisters. When Owens was just 9 years old, his family moved to Cleveland, Ohio, in an attempt to give the family a better life. Throughout all the racism that African Americans faced at that time, his family was no different.
Owens excelled in school and athletics. Quickly, Charles Riley, his gym teacher, recognized the natural ability Jesse showed and encouraged him to run more, and he did what he was told. In 1930, Owens enrolled at East Technical High School. At East Tech, Owens dominated nearby high schools. Throughout all this growing fame, he met his dream girl. Her name was Mary Ruth Solomon. They went on to have a baby girl named Gloria in 1932 and get married in 1935.
By now, he was trying to balance a family and train. Money began to get really tight, but Owens somehow managed to keep his family fed and clothed. The next year, in the fall, Owens enrolled at Ohio State University. His coach was former Ohio State track star Larry Snyder. There at Ohio State, Owens won many races, and his fame grew across the nation. At the Big Ten Championship of 1935, Owens broke 4 world records in approximately 45 minutes, all while having an injured back.
After all the success at Ohio State, Owens began to train for the Berlin Olympics. As the games grew closer and closer, Owens became more and more unsure about what he was to do. If he went to Berlin, he would have to deal with all the racism towards blacks and Jews. But if he didn't go, he would never get to stick it to Hitler and the rest of Germany by beating their quote-unquote superior race Olympians. It took until the day the boat left for Berlin to decide. It was then when Owens decided to take a stand against racial injustice, so he packed his bags and headed for the boat.
When Owens arrived in Germany, there was no separate dorms for colored people and no apparent discrimination. At the Olympic Village, it was paradise for the American athletes. In the village, all men were treated equally. In fact, Adolf Hitler went to the American part of the Olympic Village to personally welcome all the athletes. But all the athletes were unaware of the absolutely horrendous things that were going on in Germany at the time. The Germans removed all Nazi propaganda before any of the athletes arrived. Finally, the day arrived for Owens' first event, which was the 100-meter dash.
Owens is ahead. Stunberg and Borchmeyer fighting. Osendorf challenges Wyckoff. Metcalf comes up, but Owens wins in 10.3. Second, Metcalf America. Third, Osendorf Holland.
Owens won gold with a time of 10.3 seconds, equaling the world record and beating out teammate Ralph Metcalf, who took silver, and German runner Erich Borchmeyer, who did not even place. It was a glorious moment for Owens being able to represent his country and have all the hard work pay off. It was then that the incident with Hitler refusing to shake the Negro gold medal winner's hand and leaving the site. Owens' next event was the 200-meter dash. In the qualifying round, he came in second place to teammate Mac Robinson. You may know Mac Robinson's son, Jackie Robinson. The finals were a different story. Owens took the gold with a time of 20.7 seconds. Robinson took the silver. Owens now had 2 gold medals and a day to rest up for the long jump event. Owens knew his biggest competition would be the German, Luz Long. Long was the prototype German man, tall, blonde hair, and blue eyes. The long jump was a sight to see. Owens fouled 2 out of his 3 jumps in the qualifying round, while the favorite Long qualified on his first jump.
Und dem schnellsten Läufer der Welt, Jesse Owens, zugespitzt. 7,54 Meter. Jesse Owens. 7,74 Meter. 20 Zentimeter weiter als Long. 87. Wieder 3 Zentimeter weiter. Lutz Long. Und nun noch einmal Jesse Owens. Meter weg! Neuer Weltrekord! Goldmedaille für Amerika!
The finals were nail-bitingly close. The two competitors were going back and forth matching each other. Finally, Owens prevailed with a jump of 8.06 meters. Owens had 1 gold. Owens and Long then paraded arm in arm around the track, solidifying their new friendship. Sadly, Long died on July 14, 1943 in San Pietro Colorenzo, Italy during World War II.
Now it was Owens' turn to cheer on his teammates. At the last second, the American track coaches took the two Jewish runners out, Marty Glickman and Sam Stoller, off the 400 relay and replaced them with Owens and Metcalf. Owens did what he was told, and he ran the 4x100 meter. The U.S. Olympic team won gold, and Owens gained his 4th medal.
4x100 Meter Staffel, Männer. In die Entscheidung sind gekommen Argentinien, Deutschland, Holland, Amerika, Italien, Kanada. Owens, der schnellste Mann der Welt, der erste in Amerikas Staffel, geht spielend in Führung. Vorbei am Italiener Mariani. Erster Wechsel. Metcalf hat den Stab. Steigert vorbei an Hamburg, Kanada. Gibt im zweiten Wechsel an Dreipuch. Und Dreipuch liegt davon. Schon ist er weit voraus. Eine gewaltige Kurvenfahrt vergrößert den Abstand. Dritter Wechsel. Letzter Wechsel mit Frankie Weikow. Er rast dem Sieg entgegen. Erster Amerika, die neue Weltrekordzeit von 39,8. Weiter Italien, dritter Deutschland. Der Holländer Ozendarp hat an dritter Stelle liegend den Stab verloren.
Owens had achieved his lifelong dream and made his family and his race proud. All of the fame and glory transferred over to the States when Owens arrived back. All the celebrity treatment was sadly short-lasting.
Owens and the colored Olympians were not invited to the White House, along with all the other Olympians. Life went back to normal after the Olympics, as if nothing had changed. Owens struggled to find a steady career. Owens tried to never let it affect his wife and 3 daughters, but that was close to impossible. He bounced from job to job and even raced a horse. Then he found motivational speaking. Motivational speaking just really seemed to click for Jesse. He was inspiring kids to follow their dreams. Owens pursued motivational speaking until his death on March 31, 1980.